Up until this point, I did about 2 episodes of this ongoing series on my channel, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. You seem to really like when I put you onto new brands. So in today's video, I have a brand new episode featuring some other brands that I think you guys are really gonna enjoy. What is up, you guys? Stevie here. We'll go back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be episode 3 of an ongoing series that I have on my channel. Basically, I just talk about a ton of, again, up and coming brands, some brands that I feel like deserve a little bit more recognition, or some brands that I've just stumbled upon myself, as well as some brands that haven't even come out yet. Like I said, this is episode 3, so if you haven't watched the other episodes, I highly encourage you to do that. I'll have those linked in the description box down below. But as always, just like all my other fashion videos, it's gonna get chatty. It's just gonna be a longer video as per usual. So do what you have to do, grab a snack, pour yourself a drink, just relax with me and kick back for a bit. And without further ado, let's dive into episode 3 of my up and coming brands series. So the first brand that I wanna talk about is by no means not a new brand to the world, but it is somewhat of a brand that's newer to me because they just recently have been catching my attention. I'm gonna be talking about a UK-based clothing brand, Represent Clo. I'm sure if you guys kind of keep up with fashion and if you just kind of been in the scene for a while, you know who Represent is. They have a super big following on Instagram, over 500,000 followers. Again, they do various drops throughout the whole entire year, and they're just a solid brand overall. The reason why I wanted to mention them in this video is because, as I said, they didn't start catching my attention until recently. I've been really loving all of the recent stuff that they've been putting out. The best way that I can describe Represent is they're a luxury streetwear brand with somewhat of a grunge aesthetic, and usually that's not something that I gravitate towards, but again, lately they've been having some banger stuff, so I want to talk about those said things. The Blanks collection just features a ton of heavyweight premium quality made garments that again are heavyweight, and they look and allegedly feel good on the body, at least like according to what everyone says like on Instagram and the reviews I see. The Blanks collection just features a ton of really good fitting silhouettes without any prints on them or without any logos. So like hoodies, t-shirts, sweatpants, joggers, bomber jackets, all that stuff. And as you guys can see from the screenshots, come on. Something that has also caught my attention from Represent, and you guys actually have been telling me a lot about this said pant, and I actually tried to purchase it before this video, but then they sold out. That is the 247 pants. It comes in a gray, a navy, a burnt olive, and I believe it comes in black. In my opinion, the best way I can describe it is like an elevated track pant, kind of mixed with a cargo pant. It has a ton of pockets. The way that it stacks looks so good, and just like the way that you can adjust it with the drawstrings at the cuff as well as like on your waist, that's kind of what I look for in a pant. Represent is definitely a higher price clothing brand. It's definitely not like a luxury clothing brand. Like they're not charging upwards of like $500 for some BS, but they're not an affordable cheap brand. They're like kind of somewhere in the middle, but I think that their garments are fair with the prices that they offer. And I think, again, just based off of what I've seen, what I've heard, and from what you guys have been telling me, it seems like they're a really solid brand. So by the time that you're watching this video, hopefully spring is in full effect and summer is right around the corner. Hopefully things are starting to warm up where you're living, and hopefully the sun is coming out. So with that being said, I wanted to share with you guys a eyewear brand that I've been really enjoying as of late, and that is Aquila LA. If you guys are regulars, you would know I talked about Aquila LA multiple times in various videos, and I wanted to talk about them again because they just recently came out with a lot of stuff. And as I mentioned, spring's around the corner, so you already know I had to like kind of throw in some sunglasses for you guys. So this is what the Aquila LA sunglasses come in: simple, minimal, modern white box. You just open it up, and then it has a nice leather carrying case, and it has a wiper as well, so you can kind of always make sure, you know, your frames are like nice and pristine and in good condition. So these right here are the legacy frames from the Raw collection, and the Raw collection is, the best way I can describe it is, it's a brushed, unfinished, really interesting matte like acetate material. Just again, from the photos, from the B-roll clips, you guys already can catch a vibe. It's so nice yet different and bold without doing too much. These come in a ton of different color options, and from the Raw collection you can get them in like different finishes as well. I actually have these glasses in just like a standard black acetate from last summer, and those go hard as well. The simple details kind of throughout, and just like the actual makeup of the frame, it feels like nice and heavyweight, so you know you can definitely kind of see where your money went, and you can feel just like the quality in which the actual like product was made from. So the second frame is the Z. And I love the legacy frames a lot, but the Zs, I think this one's right here is gonna be it for my spring summer kind of vibe. So again, this is from the Raw collection as well. You just open it up and it has the black leather pouch. So it still features that really interesting kind of brushed, unfinished acetate material, and then combined with the tortoise. I think as you guys can tell, I'm pretty gassed up about these sunglasses. And like I said, Aquila just does it best, honestly. I think if you guys are looking for some solid frames that aren't too expensive, but you can tell the quality is there and they have a ton of options and they're just like an amazing brand overall, I'll leave links to these down below in the description box. And Aquila LA is offering a nice little discount to my viewers. So you can use my code to save you some money on these Aquila frames. I personally own a ton of them and I just love them and their brand. So I'd highly encourage you to check them out, and much love to Aquila LA for sponsoring today's video. The third brand that I want to talk about is not a new brand, but it's a new collection within the said brand. And I'm going to be talking about the Blank Staples collection from H&M. You know, obviously it's a fast fashion company, and with that being said, their quality isn't always the best. What I will say is when I saw this Blank Staples collection in person at the store, which you'll see from the B-roll clips, I was so pleasantly surprised and I had to tell you guys about it. So basically the Blank Staples collection from H&M just features a ton of blank staples that are, in my opinion, pretty good quality for H&M, all the while still being affordable. So they have like sweatshirts, they have long sleeves, t-shirts, hoodies, shorts, really nice joggers. So I have their hoodie and then I also have their sweatpants. And bro, let me tell you guys, the quality on these are insane, especially for H&M. Like I said, you guys know what it is. The H&M stuff, it is a little wishy-washy, you know what I mean? Again, I think if you are looking for some quality staples that will last you a pretty long time and you don't necessarily want to spend a lot of money, I'd highly encourage you to check out that. So you guys ask me all the time, Stevie, where can I find an affordable option for the Cole Buxton sweatpants? If you guys know Cole Buxton, there really is no alternative. It's one of those things, they're a solid brand, solid company, and their stuff is just really well made. The truth of it is that not everyone has a check like that to run it up for some $200 sweatpants, and that's totally fine. And I respect that and I understand that. So if you are looking for an affordable alternative, and when I say alternative, I mean it very loosely because it's not gonna give you the same, again, Cole Buxton vibe. It'll probably give you like a similar fit and a similar aesthetic and like photos, but it's like same but different. I definitely recommend checking out the sweatpants from the Blank Staples collection from H&M because they go hard. Want the Cole Buxton aesthetic, but you don't necessarily want to spend that Cole Buxton check, at least at this point in time right now. Definitely, again, support them when you can. I'd highly encourage you to check out the Blank Staples collection from H&M. So if you guys are regulars to this channel, I think you can kind of catch a vibe. I'm very into cologne and scents and fragrances and stuff because I personally like to smell good all the time. So I wanted to put you guys onto a new fragrance brand that I've been really enjoying lately, and that is Commodity. So this is what the packaging looks like. Again, super simple, aesthetic, minimal, definitely up my alley. And I think that the scents that they offer go crazy. They do offer an assortment of different types of fragrances. The Platinum collection is a little bit more, you know, rich, definitely more bold. And then the Black collection is a little bit more, in my opinion, masculine, more deeper scents. And then the White collection, a little bit more feminine, a little bit more light, but nonetheless, it is a unisex brand and you can kind of, again, sport and wear whichever scent you feel like matches your aesthetic. So with all that being said, the fragrance that I picked out that I feel like just fit me to a T is the Gin by Commodity. So again, this is what the box looks like. You open it up. So just so I can best describe this cologne to you without butchering it, I'm just gonna read the thing off of the back. So the Commodity Gin is inspired by a lavish night out and endless possibilities ahead. Commodity Gin is a rare blend of juniper berry, lime, and ginger leaf distilled with utter finesse. It is a fresh and woodsy scent that is loved by both men and women. I mean, come on. I think if that description doesn't sell you, then I don't know what does. I personally really like scents like this that, again, are like woodsy, but all the while still being fresh, because I like that balance of it being like deep and dark, all the while still providing some lightness. This will obviously be linked down below, and this right here is the Gin. And I actually have a couple other ones, but I'll save that for another video because I got some from the White collection as well, for kind of more of like a summer vibe. So I'll report back on that one at that later video. So this next brand is a brand that I actually seen a blogger on Instagram wear a ton, and I wanted to not only shout him out, but I want to shout out the brand as well. So the brand is called Lone. So the best way that I can describe Lone is they are a menswear brand from Paris, and they feature a ton of really nice, clean, modern, simple silhouettes that are elevated. They do really well in like jackets, overcoat, and just really good tailoring like trousers, shirts, all that good stuff. Shout out to the blogger that I seen on Instagram wearing this brand a ton. I'll be sure to leave his Instagram on the screen so you guys can check him out. But going back to the actual brand, this is the kind of brand that I like. I feel like it is very in line with my aesthetic and my style, and you can tell that it's quality made. Like just from the photos and the website images, you can tell those fabrics that they're using are heavyweight and they are quality. I feel like a lot of other brands try to emulate stuff like this, but then sometimes they miss the mark because the quality of the fabrics that they're using isn't in line with what they're trying to do. And I think something that Lone does really well is, like I said, the tailoring. The tailoring of these garments are insane. I feel like the cuts and just the way that it falls on the body, at least on the models, it looks so good because it's not like too tight and it's not oversized. It's like that nice middle ground, and that's kind of like how I like to keep my proportions for my silhouettes and for my outfits. So I can definitely respect a good brand that does that well, and Lone is obviously, that's why I mentioned him in this video, a brand that I think you guys are really gonna like and enjoy. So the last two brands that I want to mention are independent brands that are actually owned by my friends. So they're individual brands, so I'll talk about them separately. So the first brand that I want to talk about is kind of what I would like to describe as a well-curated online vintage store called Mixed Uniform. So one of my friends from back home in Hawaii, she currently lives in LA right now. She just recently started, again, this like online curated vintage like thrift shop online. And so basically there's like a ton of new drops throughout like the month, and she'll go ahead and she'll curate just a ton of like banger things that she thinks is like amazing and she thinks that her audience is gonna like, as well as just like things that she likes because she herself has really good style. So she'll go ahead and, you know, she'll do her research, she'll kind of source some really good items. Like I've seen her post like Carhartt vintage tees, they just have like some sneakers and just like cargo pants. So just like a ton of really good, again, curated pieces. She'll go ahead and grab them, you know, fix them up, and then she'll post them for sale. And they source from New York and LA, so you get kind of like a nice little mix of, you know, like different parts of the world. So yeah, shout out to my homegirl. I definitely can see this, you know, kind of becoming something bigger for her. And I definitely will be supporting her when I see a new gem drop that I like. So again, Mixed Uniform, it's on Instagram and they have a website as well. Follow them and stay tuned for their drops. And then the last brand that I wanted to mention is also a brand that my other friend owns. I met her at our time working at Uniqlo, and she is such a gem. She's super nice, and she's a very just like wholehearted, amazing person, and she's definitely hardworking. And she just recently started her own candle business. And you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm all about the home vibes. If you follow the vlogs, you'd know there's a candle burning in the background somewhere. And personally, just like what I said about the colognes, I personally like to smell good myself. So I like to make sure that the space that I'm living in smells good as well, because it's obviously like the first thing people smell when they walk into your door. So like I said, she started her own candle business and it looks so amazing. The branding is on point. It totally matches her and her aesthetic, but she has an assortment of hand poured candle scents that are made here in Seattle. She has cashmere cozy, black sands, fresh bouquet, sweet capri. Again, and every single scent offers a little something different. So hopefully there's something from her brand for everyone's different types of like scent preferences. All right, you guys, and that is it for episode 3 of my up and coming brands / brands that I think you guys are really gonna enjoy. If you want me to talk about, or if you want me to check out any up and coming brands yourself, definitely be sure to leave those in the comments down below, because I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your suggestions. And big thank you once again to the team over at Aquila LA for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. Highly recommend their frames, especially for this time of the year, spring / summer. The weather is getting warmer, the sun's coming out, so we obviously need to protect our eyes, and what better way to do so with some nice frames from Aquila LA. Again, I have a nice little discount code for you guys, so you guys can use it to save some money off of their frames. My discount code and links to everything mentioned and worn will be in the description box down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and yeah, I think that's it. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.